All right, everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So we're getting caught up with some Shonen Jump chapters this weekend as the backlog's gotten a little bit expansive. So we got some Akane-Banashi, Kaiju number 8, and Gokuraku guy to get around to. I believe Spy Family is still on hiatus for another 2 weeks or so. So once that comes back, we'll also get back to reviews of that as well. Uh, Read-throughs will be back sometime next weekend once I've had a chance to recuperate a little bit. Because these last couple of weeks have been kind of kicking my ass with personal life stuff, along with sad. So yeah, it's been a little bit kind of uneven, but hopefully we'll be back to a more consistent schedule in the next couple of weeks. A lot of good stuff to look forward to. So if you haven't already, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, so you can get notified when all that good content drops. But without further ado, let's jump into it with the Akane-Banashi Story 138, Chance to Shine, with story by Yuki Tsunaga, art by Takamasa Moe, with Rakugo supervision by Keiki Hayashiya. And we see as Isho is finally, getting onto the stage to make his debut. We have It's Been 2 years, and at long last. Of course, you have translation by Stephen Paul, lettering by Sneer Aron. He starts the story with, in the past, there was a late-night delicacy known as Nihachi Soba. One popular reason for the name, which means 2-8, was that a bowl of Nihachi Soba cost 16 mon. And you have the story of Time Soba. You have, yo, Soba Cook! And you see in the back is Shika was walking up, wiping away his tears with, he's up there now. Aniki's performing. And Kuroku's like, yep, thanks for keeping this up under wraps. It's like, you asked me to, and you see him starting to hold back his tears again. It's like, this is embarrassing. You're gonna watch your older brother apprentice his first show looking like that? Come on, worry about the little things later. Let's enjoy the moment. It's his chance to shine. And you see him just standing there looking like a proud father. And you have, it's so cold out. Give me a nice hot bowl, Soba Cook. And you have, now listen closely, the Time Soba story. And you see as he's doing this, Kuroko's just got a guitar as he's strumming. It's about a guy trying to flatter a Soba Cook to distract him from the fact that he's shortchanging him. Sometimes he'll get a bit of applause while acting out eating the soba. I think I remember the story. Sometimes he'll get out a bit of applause while acting out eating the soba, but that's not particularly important. What you need to focus on is the rhythm of the compliments. And Jevon, oh, is the soba already done? Listen, I'm an Edoko. I'm always in a rush. I remember this one. So I appreciate this kind of prompt service. And they're split chopsticks too. I like that you don't give us rounded sticks. Bowl's nice as well. They say that half the appeal of food is in the dish it's served in. And he just mimes with his fan bringing up the picking up the noodles. He's like, the scent of the broth. It's that rich dashi smell, the savory head fragrance of katsuobushi. It's overlapping. It's now as for the soba itself, he's thinking back to all the memories of his time spent in the soba restaurant, as well as Kuroko when he was there enjoying the food. He's like, oh, it's cut so fine and straight. Is it connecting? There was a time in my life when I thought I had nothing, but through the filter of Rakugo, he's just mimes lifting up this nice sheet of soba noodles. Let me just get that panel if I can here. Yeah, so mimes sorry, I know it's a bit of a glare on there, but he mimes lifting up the soba. And you have, it is elevated into art. And you have, rah, yeah, that seems about right. It ain't that important in the big scheme of things, but it feels pretty good. And you see the audience just kind of clapping and cheering as Kyo is also brushing away tears. And you see Urara is also taken away by the performance. He's to be showered in applause. And as he performs, he's rah! And he heads backstage. And you see Moroku standing there, and I think having expelled him, yeah. And you see him just kind of smiling a little bit despondently at Isho. Yeah, shortly thereafter, Kuroku, Kasoba, and Rokuen Kashiwaya were expelled from the Kashiwaya school. And you see outside, as Isho just goes up and angry grabs him by the collar. He's like, hey, Aniki, stop. He's like, what are you thinking? You could have been Moroku. We all wanted to see that happen. You're not supposed to get sidetracked here. And yet you... It's you want me to cut my own apprentices loose so I could bask in greater fame for myself? It's I'd never get a good night's sleep again. It's but that's not... It's damn it. How? How can you just give it all up like that? It's Aniki. He's so, what now? He's like, we're back to having nothing again. Not even a name this time. Like, rah ha ha. It's like, but then, if it's gone, we just give ourselves a new one. And it's like, and this is how the very first story reaches its conclusion. And you see on like the signboard of the store, the names you have Haraku, Shiguma Arakawa, Enso Sanmate, Shomei Subikaya, and Ryun Kenpute. It's again, I don't know. Like, I was a little bit disappointed because this arc started off phenomenally strong, and it feels like it just rushed through this a little bit too quickly. Like it just kind of speed ran the rest of it to try and like get back to the present stuff. So I don't know if this was a thing where it's like, oh, I can't be away from like Connie and the main characters for too long. So we need to kind of speed it up and get back to the present, like what was happening behind the scenes. But it feels like this arc could have used like time to slow down a little bit and use a little bit more development rather than just kind of like speed rushing through the storyline and the history of everything. So I think that's like my first main complaint. Apart from that, I think again like it shows kind of performance. While there was some like good elements to it, like the flashbacks of him like remembering like mimicking how he saw like Hiroko eating the soba, and, like remembering like the sounds and sights and smells of the shop and like Kyoya cooking and everything. I feel like with a little bit more of a flashback, a little more emphasis and development on this, I feel like a lot of this would have had more of an emotional impact than it does. Because kind of right now, like Isho's performance really did kind of fall flat. I don't think it had like the emotional highlights or impact of like some of the other performances we've seen in the series so far. And again, this might be a thing where they're like trying to hold back until there's like an actual moment where we see like an actual complete performance from Isho, and like that was not the moment for that. But I don't know, like I don't come away from this after last chapter's cliffhanger. I don't come away from this chapter kind of being like, oh, I understand like why they would have called him the greatest of his generation. Like, I can see like even the potential and the possibilities of like what his performances would become. Because again, I feel like it's a lot more telling than it was showing in this chapter. So yeah, a little bit of a disappointment compared to the previous ones. Apart from that, not super surprising. Like the turn of events, like we all knew it was kind of going this way. So at this point, we're kind of just going through the motions. So I don't know, a little bit disappointing that we started off strong. Kind of like again, we're just kind of falter towards the ending, but I guess we'll see what happens with the conclusion of this arc in the next couple of chapters. But yeah, a little bit of a disappointment with that. So all that said, I hope you all enjoyed this chapter review. If you did, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, I will get around to the rest of the Shonen Jump chapters today. And then hopefully next week I'll be back to the read-throughs as well. And then hopefully we'll be back to a consistent weekly read-through schedule as per normal starting next weekend. And then during the Christmas break, I'll try to probably catch up and get through a couple of read-through videos and things out during that break. But yeah, a lot of good love stuff to look forward to. So until next time, this is Ash. Talk to you all later.